Today, we'll explore a lineup of rugs from a Tabriz so flawless that the weaver inserted a deliberate flaw, whispering, "Only Allah is perfect," to a Kashmiri palace carpet bigger than a London bedroom, spanning 5 regions, 5 stories and 5 price points. Keep your eyes on these pieces. Each one will help us unlock a chapter of rug history. Persian rugs. They're some of the most coveted and valuable piece of artistry in the world, known for their intricate designs and bold colours and the sheer level of craftsmanship. Persian rugs have been prized for centuries. But did you know that these beautiful creations tell a much deeper story? One of ancient empires, trade routes and endless pursuits of perfection. I'm Justin Lowry from On the Square Emporium, and today we take a journey through the history of Persian rugs, exploring how they became not just home decor, but symbols of culture and legacy. If you enjoy learning about weird and wonderful history of antiques, make sure to like this video and subscribe for all future uploads. Persian rugs have long been associated with luxury craftsmanship and art. Woven by hand for centuries in Iran and surrounding regions, these rugs have been an integral part of the Persian culture and status symbol for the wealthy. With their intricate patterns, rich colours and historical significance, they have become some of the most sought-after decorative items worldwide. Starting with this vintage Tabriz carpet, measuring 3 meters 38 by 2 meters 57. Follow the classic medallion and corner-to-corner layout. A midnight navy field framed with ruby spandrels and an ivory surround that seems almost luminous. Woven in Tabriz during the mid-20th century, the rug sits at the intersection of the heritage and practicality. Old enough to carry provenance, yet young enough to retain a healthy, even pile. Priced at $1,650, it offers accessibility entry point for collectors seeking that statement piece that speaks the language of Persian court art while remaining perfectly at home in a contemporary interior. That luminous ivory or midnight blue? Put a pin in it. Those Safavidah motifs resurfaced when we hit the 16th century golden age. But how did these masterpieces come to be? What is the history behind them? And why are they so highly valued today? From the ancient empires to the trade routes that span continents, Persian rugs have been woven into the fabric of history. So let's unravel the story behind one of the most iconic art forms the world has ever known. To understand the origins of Persian rugs, we must first look at the rich history of Persia itself. The region known now as Iran, the craft of rug making can be traced back through thousands of years to the ancient Persian empires. Early examples of Persian rugs have been discovered in the ruins of Persepolis and the ancient capital of the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great in the 6th century BC. Legend has it that the art of weaving rugs was not just about creating practical items for daily life, but was also an integral part of Persian religious and cultural practices. The earliest rugs were made from wool, silk and cotton, and design inspired by nature, geometric shapes and religious symbols. These rugs were used not only to cover floors, but also as sacred offerings to deities and markers of wealth and status. A blaze of Persian cochineal red sets the stage for this grand Saruk carpet. Hand-knotted in the Iraq region, mid-20th century. An ivory lozenge medallion floats at the centre, framed by sprays of peonies, roses and cypress-like leaves that wander freely across the field. Unmistakable Saruk hallmark. Around the perimeter, a midnight navy main border balances the warmth of field, while aqua and pistachio blues in the corners, cartouches lend a cool counterpunch. The handle is firm, cotton warp and weft with a deep velvety Kirk wool pile to the roughly 330 knots per square inch. Well preserved and a workmanship built to last another century underfoot. One of the most famous early examples of the Persian rug is a Pazyryk carpet, discovered in Siberia in 1949. This rug, believed to have been created around the 5th century BC, is considered the oldest surviving carpet. It was found in the tomb of a Scythian prince and is thought to have been woven by the Persian craftsmen. The Pazyryk carpet features intricate designs, vibrant colours, showcasing the advanced weaving techniques of the time. Its discovery was a pivotal moment in the history of Persian rugs, as it confirmed that the tradition of carpet weaving had deep roots in ancient Persia. As the centuries passed, the art of rug making spread across Persia and beyond, thanks in part to the trade routes that connected Persia to the rest of the world. The Silk Road, an ancient network of trade routes linking China, Central Asia and the Middle East and Europe, played a pivotal role in this cultural exchange. Through this route, Persia rug makers gained access to foreign materials such as silk, dyes and new weaving techniques, which allowed them to refine their craft even further. At 6 by 4 meters, this Kashmir carpet occupies the same square footage as a London flat bedroom, or even a London flat, yet every centimetre is choreographed. Woven in Srinagar workshops circa 1970, this rug is knotted with ultra-fine Himalayan goat wool, often called pashmina in trade parlance, on a cotton foundation, yielding a supple handle and a gentle silk-like sheen. Knot density touches 380 to 400 kpsi, tight enough for the miniature florals to read like pen and ink work. The most significant developments came during the reign of the Safavid dynasty in the 16th century. Under Shah Abbas, the Safavid Empire experienced a golden age, and Persian carpets reached the height of their beauty and sophistication. Isfahan, the capital of Safavid Empire, became the heart of carpet production. The design became more elaborate, often featuring floral motifs, intricate medallions, and the complex borders. The Isfahan carpets from this period are considered some of the finest ever made, and many of them are now housed in museums and private collections. But what makes a Persian rug so special? What is it about these hand-woven masterpieces that make them not just objects of beauty, but a true investment? The answer lies in the materials, the craftsmanship, and the labour-intensive process behind each rug. But we'll talk more about that after this message.
Are you on the lookout for unique pieces for your home? Whether it's a classic Persian rug, period-style chairs and tables, garden statement pieces, or even furniture for your summer bar project, come on down to Square Emporium and find that missing piece you are looking for.
Woven in Mashhad, the cultural heart of Iran's Khorasan province, this carpet marries courtly finesse with the region's famously lustrous wool. A rich pomegranate red field supports an ivory and navy Rosetta medallion, echoed by sapphire corners cartouches that spill scrolling Islami vines into the centre. Under raking light, the pile shows a gentle sheen, evidence of the quality of the wool and a skillful low shear, an investment that performs beautifully under everyday use. The process of making a Persian rug is as much a labour of love as is a testament to the weaver's skill. The creation of a Persian rug begins with a selection of materials. The finest rugs are made from silk, wool, and a combination of the two. Silk rugs are especially prized for their softness, sheen, and vibrant colours, while the wool rugs are known for their durability and warmth. The best wool comes from the highlands of Persia, where the cold climate results in a finer, denser texture. Once the materials are selected, the next step is dyeing the yarns. Persian rug makers use natural dyes made from plants, insects, and minerals to create a rich, vibrant colour that are characteristic of the rugs. Next comes the weaving. Traditional Persian rugs are woven using a technique called the Persian knot, which is one of the most intricate weaving methods in the world. The knot is tied individually for each tuft of wool or silk, which creates the rug's dense texture and detailed patterns. A skilled weaver can tie hundreds of knots per square inch, and a single rug can take months or even years to complete, depending on the size and complexity. Okay, craft lesson time. Collectors ask daily, how can I tell if a rug is truly hand knotted? Let's run through the 5-point field test. You can do this in 30 seconds in any market or auction. First, flip them over and feel the backs of them. On a hand-knitted rug like this one here, the knots will look like grains of basmati rice. There'll be a small bit of unevenness to it and they'll be slightly angled. On a machine rug like this one here, you'll see perfect grid or limp latex mesh backing. If it looks too pixel perfect, you'll know why, and your walls will know why. Next, let's check the fringe. On a hand-knotted rug, the fringe is actually the warp, the lines running through it. It's actually part of the rug. They're continuing out. It's not sewn on separately. But on a machine-made rug, the fringe here is actually stitched on afterwards. You can clearly see it's sewn onto a strip. Now let's take a look at something called the abrash, which is the subtle shift in shade along the pile. Vegetable dyes are the hallmark of handmade rugs. Power loom pieces use a uniform lab dye and they will be exactly the same throughout. You will always see a small shift in the natural rugs. Fourth, examine the pattern clarity right at the edge of the rug. Machine-made rugs often blur or pixelate where the digital file meets the edge. Finally, let's do the fold test. A hand-knotted rug will fold like a piece of fabric. You can almost crease it. A machine-made rug will feel stiffer and often spring back because it's synthetic backing or latex. Now that you can spot the craftsmanship at a glance, let's examine a rug whose deliberate imperfections makes it priceless. The Tabriz that declares only Allah. is perfect. At first glance, this Tabriz dazzles with a kaleidoscope of stepped octagons in indigo and pistachio, parchment and rose, each framed by a serrated ivory latticework. But look closer and you spot a single, neatly worked patch in one of the corners. It isn't a repair. This is a theological whisper. The weaver believes that the carpet was so flawless that leaving it perfect would risk humbly. So they inserted a deliberate blemish to honor the maxim, only Allah is perfect. The pattern of Persian rugs are as varied as the regions from which they come. Each region of Iran has its own distinctive style, with different colours, motifs and symbols. For example, the Tabriz rugs are known for their intricate floral patterns and medallions, while the Kerman rugs are famous for their vivid colours and detailed landscapes. Qom is known for its fine silk rugs, often featured in religious themes and intricate designs, while Mashhad produces large, bold carpets with geometric patterns. What truly sets Persian rugs apart is the level of craftsmanship involved. The weavers are often part of families who have been making rugs for generations, passing down their techniques and their knowledge from one generation to the next. The quality of the craftsmanship, the use of the natural dyes and the attention to detail are what make Persian rugs so unique and why they can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. Persian rugs are more than just decorative pieces. They're rich with history, culture and craftsmanship. From the ancient Achaemenid Empire to the glory of the Safavid dynasty, weaving has evolved over thousands of years. It's an art form that tells a story of Persia's ancient past, its trade routes and its enduring legacy. The skill, dedication, artistry that goes into making these rugs have ensured that they remain some of the most highly prized and valuable items in the world. The history of these rugs is a story of dedication, artistry, and the pursuit of excellence, one knot at a time.